the channel in so many ways with so many individuals. And previously, before, I was having a disconfidence in the channel and the flow and its ability then to sow in seeds of amazing frequency for the benefit of all beings, still continuously, uniquely unfolding as a fingerprint in every moment. It's a silly thing to lose confidence in because it's constant that we see it always doing this in balance. And so, we might as well bring in this kind of a channel too, and allow ourselves to grow and to view and see what's being moved through. So yeah, we've been working through acceptance today. So how do you work with that energy, personally? The energy that keeps popping up? Well, do you love me more than I love you, or I love you more than you love? Did you know I love you more than you love me, or whatever it is? Constantly comes back up, comes back up. But it comes back up because it's the one thing that doesn't flow through us without our observation. Every time that energy, which is just the same as every one of the other energies, beautiful, wisdom, light embodied, has no reason to be depicted with judgment in any way, no reason to be labeled and to be singled out and witnessed for a long time, like, hey, you over there, I'm looking at you, buddy. Like, you can just allow that thing to go. Hey, brother. And you can allow it to be, really. And so if there's resistance to its flow, then we're going to have to continue seeing it, just like with Mr. Dayton. He's resistance to a sexual chakra center, and so we cannot express ourselves in an acceleratory way. Every time we do start to do this, we eventually get clogged by the one thing that won't let us rise at that moment. There's maybe something after it, maybe some other things around it, but that's the main thing. Stops us every time. So we have to work through that form of expression first. How can we express ourselves authentically as emptiness in formless ways? How can we allow ourselves to be unlimited by these things? And so we have to be able to express this particular thing. We have to be able to accept the movement of its energy. And if we do not accept the movements of its energy, then we'll have to continue to see that exact reflection of us not accepting the movement of its energy. And if we don't accept it, like I said, it will always be a dissonance every time we see it, because we always have this judgment view of non-acceptance in some way, whatever it is we describe it. Every time we see it, there's that knife in my side. It's awful, it's terrible. But it could be just as happiness, just as all the other feelings you almost never witness and feel, because you accept them. Go ahead and try not to accept happiness and see if that forces happiness into you. You cannot actually do it in that way. Force begets force. And so control will create opposite effects for you. Control is not the way to go about getting what you want in the world. You may think that it is, but eventually, along your life path, your lifeline, your mind stream, whatever it is, and in your many lifetimes, you'll eventually see that this was not extremely beneficial for your personal self in some way. But in another way, you will find that it was the only thing of benefit as well. And so this is the wisdom of the Tao paradox. So it again depends on how it is we define ourselves. But we do have an ability to route ourselves with efficiency, to free ourselves, and thus all beings, quickly from suffering. And that has to do with residing or receding away from the ego reality, the illusory fight mentality that there is something to verse, there's some enemy to be better than, be lesser than, to be greater than, equal to, is the only way that actually we could view in true what is here happening between me, you, everything entirely. We are all here in equanimity. And for people right now, they may be judging themselves as less, like the man we met earlier today. And so they may think, oh no, everybody's equal to me, but I'm awful. But that's why we must see ourselves fully. We must really be able to see who we are, as a quantumist, perfect consciousness. And so that's why we share this awareness that yes, you are enlightened action. You are the Buddha embodied. You are the most pure, amazing piece of consciousness. And you are not balanced on any duality or contrast as impurity and purity would make themselves seem to be. You are the in-between. You are the center. You are the all things. You are not balanced upon anything. You are yourself. You are balanced upon only yourself, because there is only yourself to be balanced upon. So there is no balance in that way. You are balancing with the moment. But in some way, you are not doing this because you have no reason to do anything. You see, it does itself, and it is doing itself. You are watching a story that is doing itself to tell you that you are a self, an identity, a form. And as you come greater in your journey, you can release all of those stories and all of those previous awarenesses. And you can come into what is true of you. Those things were stepping stones, beautiful. We can honor them and have gratitude. But they are bringing you to the view that was true of you, the place in which you could be free truly, that you could be liberated, that you could lie in green pastures, that you could really experience and smell the flowers, be here in life, radiate this amazing place in being. When you find yourself truly, you will be impeccable. You will care about yourself so deeply that you always strive for the wisdom of non-action, skillful action. Always seeking better and better derivatives of skillful means, the application of the wisdom in which you found through realization in the present moment. Everybody can find this easy. We just come here now. Anytime that you're here now, you grow. Every one of you probably grows from every movie you ever see, and every one of those times you see a movie, you see a story embodied from somebody else's imaginative viewpoint. It has brought to you an amazing illusion that brings you a conclusion of energy within you that is amazing and true in some way in which it relates with you. It brings you into some embodiment and feeling of energy impossible to be experienced by your consciousness directly. So like a beautiful dream, it's a very beautiful teaching. It teaches in full, just like God of consciousness. In one way, it teaches you simply how to exist as pure awareness, how to listen truly, how to be here present with the movie, with the thing in which we're viewing. We can see everything around here just in the same way. Any one of you that's watched any Netflix series back to back is now a master meditator. You have been able to sit completely aware of what was before you without thought, without conversation, without need to affect it in any manner. It's the same way you could watch this TV movie of life, but actually you can join the play. You can sit on your couch, no attack and no defense, shouting at the screen, "What are you doing? This is crazy. Don't go in there. What are you doing? They're gonna kill you in there. No, don't do it. It's crazy." You could say anything. You could feel just as safe on your couch. You're not actually mad at the TV. I mean, it's just a character on the screen. You're empathizing, you're expressing, but you're not actually in real volatility. And if you are, and you can notice that that's a silliness, and maybe you can then very clearly, easily move through some of your own judgment, where it's like, okay, why are you projecting something on the actor of the TV screen? It's obviously a great actor just playing a role for your benefit. There's no reason to be mad at this individual. A lot of people actually hate actors for their roles. I was like this with Mr. Johnny Depp. How dare that bastard play Charlie in the Chocolate Factory movie? It'd be Willy Wonka. Ruined Gene Wilder's expression for me. But hey, it was the molding of the time. It was perfection. That was what the kids needed to see. Different than me. But there's no reason for me to hold on to my past. A lot of old people do this. My music's the best. Whatever. Let yourself grow. It's fine. There's music that actually sings the words of our soul impeccably, directly, and give transcendental frequencies straight from the heart of all that is much clearer than frequencies that came before previously. So we can continue growing. It's very beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of ancient tunes that are very beautiful and sacred, but there's plenty of ancient tunes coming out right now from modern New Age consciousness, from people that are existing right now creating music. There's plenty of great musics and sounds in the world. We can allow progression, evolution in our consciousness, refining of ourselves, allowing ourselves to truly be and experience ourselves uniquely, amazingly, as we progress through life, as we grow, as we change our form into the greatest amazing piece of ourselves that we could ever imagine. And we continue to do this every day without cease, without end. We never come to completion. We forever bloom infinitely, our 1,000-petal lotus in all directions, lotus in all directions. Amazing. So, this was the mixture, different sometimes, you know, with her, but the mixture, we always do good channels for everybody. You know what's going on. We love you. Oh, you're ourself. We love you equally as ourselves. We don't see you as lesser or greater, or ourselves either.
Doing?
Doing good. How are you, brother?
Another beautiful day.
Yeah, man. Love you, bro. You're looking great, bro. Look strong.
Oh, I will. You too.
I said you look strong, but it's different, but okay. Oh God, no, you can't hear me anymore. I tell them the proper solution, the authentic expression. It's tough to let somebody believe that you said something different, then they have a false reality, and you allowed it. But there's no reason to move in emergency. He's fine. It's okay. It's no big deal. He thought I said something about being strong. I just said he was looking strong. But he did say he'd be strong, and that's very beautiful. And I want him to be strong. That's awesome. Be strong. Be everything. Be yourself. You know, if you're just yourself, completely vulnerable, the seemingly most weak thing in the world, you'll find that you actually stand as the strongest thing you've ever stood at. And you're like, oh my God, I have no armor on, and I'm finally fully protected. What am I protected by? My unconditional love and acceptance for all of myself. My inability to now fight myself in any way. I have no defense. So I have no attack. And so nothing now can attack or defend me. It's crazy. Even if it does, I have no reason to perceive it that way. I have no reason to attack or defend with it. No reason to compete with it. I just express myself authentically what I purely perceive. Before, when I judged me, that was difficult. It created agitation within me. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Somebody might perceive me in a bad way now. Oh, as being this way, that way, that way, that way. And then you express all the way through and you see the wisdom unfold all on its own. And you're like, oh my God, what is this? How did that happen? This is amazing. I just had to be patient, not lose myself to fear or doubt or worry, and just stay there constantly expressing the authenticity of my journey as it was occurring, simultaneously to all stimuli occurring with me and expressing towards me. Holy shit, that's amazing. It transmuted all the energy. We and that person that had this crazy shouting craziness. I didn't actually shout obscenities or say anything mean, actually. I talked up the frequency and authentically what was occurring for me, and we're like, whoa. And even with this energy and with that energy, I said exactly what was occurring for me in that moment. I held on to none of it, no judgment, no grudging, none of this, just expression expressing itself as it was expressing itself, and nothing further aside from that. And it will dissipate when it dissipates, it will grow when it grows, whatever it does. And somehow, that was all that was ever needed. And really, in some way, I was only just being myself without reserve. I was actually afraid that I was too much myself. Oh no, I should control myself away from this expression. I should be the way everybody will accept me best, the way I'll accept me best. And I found out that myself, without control, was the way that I was best, and the way that I could accept me best. I'm like, wow. Not that it was better than I was before, because I was always that way, but as I came into awareness, I grew in the way in which I was able to authentically relate with how I knew myself efficiently. And so as I knew myself more and more, it changed the way in which I was authentically myself. As I became myself more and more. A lot of us have had many empowering spiritual experiences, but we have had difficulty exuding that experience to other people in the world. Think it's wrong to be a teacher, think it's wrong. People saying, oh, you're preaching to me, this, that, and the other. And these are all the dissonant qualities that won't allow us to be ourselves fully. And so if we can just accept that, hey, maybe somebody thinks this, maybe somebody thinks that. But really all we're doing is being ourselves and just being honest. I believe this because of this experience. I don't know what else to do. I do believe this. I mean, you can tell me not to believe it, but while I walk away from you, even though you have told me not to, I'm still believing this. So I can share it with you as if it's truly something I do believe, because it is. Now, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, maybe that's why I'm afraid. I think you might judge me, say that I'm an arrogant idiot, but hey, whatever. You know, I know that I'm just trying to work everything out. I'm just doing my best. I'm just learning and growing like everyone else. But I'm sharing myself authentically. I have no reason to hide myself. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. Maybe we can find out together. Am I insane, or what's the deal? And we don't always have to do this with anybody else. We could actually have a conversation with just ourselves and be able to work all of this out. But we don't have an ability usually because we feel insane and crazy for that. So we go around to other parts of ourselves and have conversations with them. But if we could have a conversation with ourselves, it would change everything entirely.
Aloha, brother.
Aloha, brother. Great to see you.
Haven't seen you in a while.
Man, yeah, it's good to see you. How have you been?
Very good.
I left the island for 4 months. Come back.
Yeah, you went up to North California, yeah?
Yeah. It's good to see you. Yeah. How have you been?
Very good.
Ryan, my brother.
Yes.
This is Caroline.
Caroline, nice to meet you. I've seen you around. Nice to formally meet you. Yeah, still working at Mana. Just plugging away.
Awesome. Nice truck, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, nice improvement. Oh, I should back up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, get a little bit over. They don't really care about these lines, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
if they choose to care about it, you know
that's
what I mean?
what's such about it, yeah. But yeah, I haven't ever really seen them give anybody tickets right here. But there were those few cops that go around with parking tickets. That's us right there. Completely in the white lines. I'm pretty sure it's fine. I mean, we are here though, so if a cop comes up, we are able to move. He's going to work. Probably. On the way to work?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, man. Hey man, it's good to see you, bro.
Bring it in. I'm glad you made it back.
Yeah, man, me too, bro.
The place needs more people like you.
Man, you too, brother. You're the fucking bomb, man.
I'll see you around, alright? It's nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, man, brighten my day, bro.
Yeah, he made me smile the other day. He was all happy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Ryan, he's sweet. Plays to my ego identity with that name. How's it? Direction. Fun guy. That was good. While talking about acceptance, we had the opportunity to not accept his frequency and his saying hello. Well, because we were talking about acceptance, I was like, well, maybe we will accept it. It'd be nice. Is the video still going? Very beautiful. Yeah. And it was great. What a great blessing to not be so dedicated to preference of this video, so fixated and focused. I want to be able to say hello to my dear brother. I hadn't seen him in a long time. Wow. Like us all, man. Huh. Needs more people like you. He's so sweet. Sweet fella. Thank you, my friend. Well, we've been doing good today, uploading a lot of videos. Our upload process is going extremely slow, so if you are watching the channel in any kind of way at this time, you're not going to get this video for a very long time. So, if we ever do get to this video and you see this post, know that we're doing our best to keep up to date. YouTube has a limited amount of videos we're allowed to put out, and we have an insane ability to channel constantly all day, every single day. So we just cannot keep up with storage, we cannot keep up with uploads. We just have a really strange tying of our hands right now. But luckily for us, with our acceptance and everything, we can see it to be completely perfection. Completely the most amazing unfolding of that perfection. And so, the viewers, when you get this, it'll be the only time when it was necessary. Otherwise, loving you, brother.
Loving you as well, baby boy.
Woo! Oh, you liked me, sexy man. Oh, come here, baby boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you get sexual energy out yours, so you just throw it. It's like, ah. Yeah, sometimes you get the mad ones, you feel that, ah. And sometimes you get the sexual one, you feel that, ah. And it's gone from you. It's easy to express energy when it comes in. People bring it to you, just come on now, accept that shit. Oh, transmute all the energy with acceptance. You accept that energy, it sees he's acceptable. Everybody is acceptable. All their expressions are acceptable. It's okay. They can be themselves. They're beautiful. If they're not doing something cool, then we can accept that they're not doing something cool, but we can also accept how we feel about that, and so we can be ourselves in that situation as well. If you would have done something, that it would have provided another expression. If you would have done something else in another way. But it was wonderful, this expression. Very beautiful. He called me baby boy. That's sweet. Sweet, man. A lot of people would be upset with this. A lot of men in the neighborhood, they'd be like, oh, that giant, big, black man, larger than me, called me baby boy like I'm a little infant. Hit on me like I'm a gay boy. Saw me. What's my penis? This is confronting to me. I'm a straight male. Don't you talk to me, you gay bastard. How dare you? You big man. Intimidating me, scaring me. Whatever. You don't have to sleep with a motherfucker, you know? That guy gave you a nice little sweet compliment, treated you like his wife or something, and I was like, hey, baby, I love you. You know, hey, when I say that shit to a woman that I love and receives it well, it's amazing to say that. You know, like, I love you, bro. You're amazing. He called me baby boy, all sweet. Sending just positive sexual charge, but not in a predatory way or anything. He just thought that I was cute, and I could feel it very sensitively. So for me, it's a lot of energy. I'm like, whoa, bunch. You know, he's a big man. He probably has a great reservoir of that kind of energy. You know, very beautiful. Well, yeah, I could have taken that in a very bad way. But with acceptance, just move it through. It means nothing about anybody or anything. Doesn't mean anything about him. Doesn't mean anything about me. Just move in energy with the more of it. I have no problem expressing sexual energy. So there we go. Moves on through. If I feel really into it, maybe me and Caroline will go away somewhere if she feels into it too. If she doesn't feel into it, then we will not do that. And if I feel into it and she doesn't feel into it, then I will feel into it with me and I'll make sweet, sweet, amazing babies with myself. I will make sweet creational energy with me. Make love with myself. Oh, I'm my greatest, greatest companion. Treat myself sweet, rub myself. Oh, nice, like I like to be rubbed. Love myself. You know? Because I can't love myself, I can love everybody else. Oh, you said that energy. Oh, you said hate at me. Oh, you said that other one. Easy to come through. Judgment makes it much more hard. You'll see as we go further, we release more and more, we trust more and more, we become more and more and more fearless in the moment. You see. And it always is that way. You'll see that every one of our expressions is in balance with the energy which is coming. And so it's always responding in harmony accordingly. It always does come to a good place in the end, even if it may not be the place that we're looking for. It is a place of growth. Even if it's subtle, it could be perceived as quite large. Every little piece of growth, perfect, exactly right, always wonderful. And all that we ever doing is growing. Even when we break ourselves down, feel like we've lost ourselves, that is a time of great growth. Where did we fall but to the ground of our being? And we might have risen ourselves somewhere and then we fell back down. That's no problem. The place where you fell, that's where you are. That's who you are. That ground. Nothing. And every time you recede away from that, you put a needle in the ground and you put a tower on top of it and the wind come by and blow it down. Sitting on a flimsy little needle. Has no real ground to stand. But you are the ground in which you can stand. Every time you lose everything, you go back to that ground and you begin again. Maybe you can stay at that ground this time. No, you can't stay at that ground. You have desires? Okay, no problem. But eventually, all your desires and your flimsy ego-ness will all be broken. They're all finite. They're all subject to the law of impermanence. But what you are is not subject to the law of impermanence. You are the law of impermanence. You are everything and it's working. You are everything beside that, beyond that. Even more so, you are the infinite. You are the emptiness that is all that is. You are eternal. You never change. But, in a way, you're forever changing. It's very beautiful. But that limitless space, that place of emptiness, all things rest there on the ground of being. Unformed. Unthought of, undisturbed, resting, waiting for the time when compassion moves its wisdom into form. And here we are, already in the great millions of years of depths of that amazing compassion and wisdom process, perfect balance, moving forward. Oh, so gorgeous. Rainy day today, thought maybe we would go dance. I don't really like to dance anymore with people in big groups. I've maxed out the energy so fast. It's hard. And then I go and I have to succumb to other people's reality. And people can treat me quite disrespectfully too. I go there. I go to be a benefit. They act like I go there to take from them or something. And for me, it's not fun for me anymore. So that's why I just do my own thing. And when I do that, people that come to me are always in harmony with my reality. Every time. I don't have to go seeking out who will be in harmony because I'm in lack of it. No, I just am not in lack. And everything always shows me the truth of this, like the law of attraction, they say. Without anything being presently around telling you this, you could tell yourself this, become this energy, and then here it is. What the hell, like magic. But you didn't have to do it because you were trying to make something happen. No. Simply, you are this way. And now it must reflect how you are. If you're trying for something, you use force again, you'll screw yourself. That's why it's the wisdom of non-action. The most subtle, most sensitive frequency, like the breath. The breath is very, very subtle. I said this to the guy last night. He was like, that wasn't so subtle. Well, you don't want to hear it, do you? I mean, it's still pretty subtle. I guess it wasn't subtle enough. People don't know the subtlety. I mean, That doesn't sound subtle, but that's a subtle frequency. I'm not doing it. You know, it's a very little first, very little anything. Just a holding open of a channel coming to. And that's all ever happening. We can just hold ourselves open all the time. Keep ourselves open. We can close, open, suppress, express. Very simple how to be. Just honesty. Very simple. But we'll show more about this as we continue going and growing. We'll show you more about the hidden potential, what is possible through limitlessness, through existence within the now moment. These are a lot of the things that are possible. To me, maybe thought that this one is extraordinary as movements or something, but these are extremely extraordinary. It is a way that you can effortlessly help each other already right now, currently. You could right now share your awareness honestly in a way of impeccability without holding on to it, with the ability and wish for change and growth. That if you are wrong, that you will be honest and you will grow from it. But that you will be authentic and an observer and a wisher for intelligence, a wisher to show yourself, to know yourself, but not against anything, to be above anything, to be less than anything. Simply to learn for the benefit of everything, which you may eventually find is you, who you are really. You are all that is. Not just that single place in consciousness in which you breathe yourself to. You are everything in every space in every way. And you are expressing through this vehicle. You are perceiving yourself to be. And you are not this vehicle. This vehicle is extremely in center alignment and balance with everything. And so when we finally no longer separate this physical from the spiritual, we can see, all of this